What's up, guys? TommieBAcademy here, and in today's video, I'm gonna give you guys a little tips and tricks and secrets of the trade when it comes to snowboarding. And this is more geared towards the beginner that is unaware of these things. You guys may not have ever even heard of these little tips and tricks. So that's what I want to bring to the table today, is make you more awesome by knowing the little details that are gonna make your day one more sick. Let's go. So I know every single day, us as snowboarders, we got to strap in our snowboards literally over and over and over. And one of the things that I do not love the most is sitting down, getting my bum all wet, and then more importantly, I gotta stand back up and do that 100 times a day, man. I'm gonna waste a lot of energy. So strapping in, standing up. So the first thing you gotta do is dig a nice platform in the ground. Now, ideally, I like to face my body uphill and then take my heel edge and kick it into the ground a couple times, making a platform. Now, the reason why I wanna face uphill is as I step on my board and apply all the weight, it's gonna sink into the snow, giving me a stronger platform and resistance so that I'm able to balance. Now, the next thing you wanna do is get a little low, take about 80% of your weight to your lead foot, and then you're gonna take your back foot, you're gonna step in the binding, and then a little secret that I like to do is buckle in half on the toe strap, buckle in half on the heel strap, and then double ratchet so it's mad fast, so then it's way faster strapping in, you don't have to stand up, and then when you guys are ready to go, you're ready to go. Let's go.
Alrighty guys, I'm gonna interrupt real quick, and I got a question for you. Do you feel like you're struggling? Do you feel like you're missing something, or you need some feedback on your own riding? Well, I got a great opportunity for you. Every single Tuesday at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, I do a live Q&A. We're actually in the studio right now. I got the camera, I got the fancy lights and all that fun stuff, but it's a great opportunity for me to help you. About once a month, we do subscriber submitted videos where I pull up your video, draw on the screen, we get real nerdy with it, and I can help you. Also, if you're just looking for trick suggestions or you want to ask me questions about current conditions, the live stream is an amazing opportunity for us to hang out, vibe. It's actually really sick, so definitely join that. Also, if you want to support the channel, consider picking up a sticker from the sticker store. I have a whole bunch of cool stickers. All of the proceeds from this goes towards buying batteries, paying for gas, and everything gets put back into the channel. So this is really, really appreciated if you pick up a sticker. Also, if you tag me on Instagram, I'll give you a shout out. We're blowing up on Instagram. I do a daily breakdown, literally 7 days a week. I do a trick breakdown. Sometimes it's a flat ground trick, it's a park trick, it's a turn, it's a pow slash, whatever it is, I break down a trick every single day. And I've done it for the last 500 days. So we have a whole bunch of great content over there. Plus, I'm back on TikTok. So yeah, go ahead and follow me on TikTok, Instagram, subscribe, all that fun stuff. All right, let's get back to the video.
The reality is, us as snowboarders, we have to pay attention to the terrain so much more than most because we don't have a way to regain our momentum. We can't just really skate if both of our feet are strapped in. We don't have ski poles to be pushing us around. So one big game changer for you guys is being able to keep your eyes up and, more importantly, anticipate what's gonna happen. So the run we got below us is it goes kind of steep and then gets really flat. And us as snowboarders, we gotta really anticipate that coming up. So my eyes are up, I'm looking around. I may be at times looking 100 yards ahead of me to know what's gonna happen. So like I said, it's flat down here. So I'm gonna take a couple turns. I'm gonna allow the nose of my snowboard point more down the fall line, allowing me to keep momentum that's going to carry me through the flat section. Also on this terrain, it is a double fall line. So I'm going to define fall line. Essentially, if I had a bowling ball and I roll it down, wherever that bowling ball would go is the natural gravity or fall line. Now, when we're going down here, essentially the mountain goes this way, but then it also tilts sideways as we're going down. So it's not perfectly straight. I actually would roll that bowling ball and it's gonna go diagonal across the fall line. Again, as a snowboarder, I gotta anticipate that. So my goal is to be able to read that and carve my snowboard across the fall line or manage that terrain. If I don't, and I don't pay attention to it and the terrain just takes me, I'm gonna end up naturally fading into the trees. And I know as a beginner snowboarder, so many times I've gotten stuck in the downside and I can't get out, I have no momentum. So again, read the terrain. It's such a game changer. I'm gonna go try to find some examples for you guys. So this is exactly the run that I was talking about earlier. You're gonna notice that this whole run goes down that way, but then tilts that way. So as a snowboarder, again, what I need to do is make a traverse, essentially across the hill. But going across the hill really just allows me to go straight down. And a traverse means that I'm setting a toe side edge or heel side edge. I'm carving across the fall line, but I'm not overly tilting my snowboard where I'm creating too aggressive of a turn. It's more just a nice finesse, little gentle edge that's gonna allow me to turn the direction I need to without overturning. So definitely understand a traverse. If you guys are looking for how to carve, I do have a video. It's gonna be linked in the description below. That video is sick, and we talk about traverses more in depth, how to actually set the edge, how to, understand how to slice the snow awesomely. So that's what we're doing right now. And again, if I end up going if I don't carve, I'm going into the trees and it's not sick. So right now, we're on one of the most dreaded places as a snowboarder is going to be a catwalk. So essentially what a catwalk is it is a service road in the summer, but also used in the winter for people, instead of going down a steep run, there's like a nice alternative route, the easy way down. What ends up being really challenging about catwalks is two big things. We had talked about the multi-fall line, so sometimes this whole catwalk is not perfectly flat, it's actually tilted, but I'm trying to go across and it will naturally pull me into the trees. The other thing is it's really flipping flat. Now when it's flat, us as snowboarders, we really have to point our board down the fall line, allow ourselves to gain speed and then manage our speed. But we're also in a very narrow corridor. If I'm taking a lot of real estate going from one side of the catwalk to the other side, well, if somebody's going down fast, we increase our chances of being in their way. Yes, they should technically avoid us, but getting hit, right or wrong, sucks, right? So what we wanna do is more of a thing called a pivot slip or a side slip. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna position myself on the highest side of the catwalk or uphill. So I wanna be on that side, which gives me a lot of room from going into the trees. Second, I wanna point my board down the fall line, and then I can either make a toe side slip or a heel side slip to manage my speed. And then ideally, instead of actually creating a turn where I change directions, I'm going straight, I side slip in the same direction, and then I go back. And what that does is it allows me to manage my speed, because sometimes you're on a catwalk and it's steep, sometimes you're on a catwalk, it's flat, but we want to make sure that we're able to manage our speed and stay on the high side. Staying on the high side is a big deal. Also going back to traversing, if you are riding across the hill and it's steep, a lot of times you want to be on an edge, which allows you to slice the snow and get you to go where you're going versus falling down where the gravity takes you. And if you're not just traversing across the hill and you're just stuck in a side slip and you don't have that traverse ability, what ends up happening is that board will naturally just fall or ride wherever the natural fall line is and may take you into the tree. So again, lock in that traverse. And you're gonna notice on that catwalk, whether I'm regular or goofy, I was pointing my nose up the hill to manage my speed. So I can turn it more across the fall line or less, but I was turning up the hill, because if I end up pointing my nose down the hill or across downwards, then essentially I'm gonna make a turn and I'm gonna take up a lot of real estate, but more importantly, I'm turning myself into the trees versus just pointing my nose up, and I can manage the speed super easy. So share this with a friend who is struggling with catwalks. If you guys wanna see like an in-depth video of more scenarios when it comes to catwalks, both heel side, toe side, how to actually rip and rock the catwalks, let me know in the comments below. The next thing I want to talk about is spatial awareness. You got to be aware of everything going on around you. That includes how fast people are traveling, where people are in the run, where are you on the run, where could people potentially be coming out of. Snowboarders and skiers are just like driving a car. Are you going to enter a highway that should be going 75 miles an hour at 6 miles an hour? Probably not a good idea, because you're going to cause some problems. Are you going to make a left-hand turn or switch lanes without checking your blind spot? Well, you probably should check your blind spot. So I got a really good example right now. Is we're kind of in the middle of this run, but then we got this run that's coming down here. Then we got this catwalk that's coming out here. And then we got more spaces over here. So there's a lot going on. So you got to have your head on a swivel. As a snowboarder, more importantly, instead of being flexed down and looking down at the ground, we got to keep our spine more upright, bend our knees, allowing our head to have the ability to look left and right. Now, if I'm driving down the highway, I'm cooking at 75 miles an hour, and I'm gonna change lanes. I look in my rearview mirror. Yes, I look in front of me. Yes, but I also gotta check my blind spot. So as I make turns around on my snowboard, I'm looking left, I'm looking right, I gotta see where I am. In addition, just the example I was just using, if I'm going 75 miles an hour on the highway, I gotta judge where people are. Am I coming up on them pretty quick where I gotta slow down and make a change or move left or right? Like, I gotta avoid them, and that happens all the time on the mountain, is being aware of people's speed in relation to your speed, as well as like people around you. So if you're in a body position where your spine is more upright and your head has the ability to rotate, you're gonna be in a better position just to know what the heck is going on around you. Right or wrong, getting hit sucks, right? If you take somebody out or get taken out, right or wrong, it's just not fun. So hopefully that can save you guys at some point. Also with that, if you're exiting the trees and you're coming down the catwalk, or you're like kind of like, you know, having the sickest time, if you're entering the run, you got to yield to the traffic that's already there. So look around. More of the story, look before you leap type of thing. So we're gonna end that there. Big shout out to Sean for helping me film. Dude's been absolutely crushing it this year, coming in clutch. And if you want to support the channel at all, pick up a sticker and then tag me on Instagram. I'll give you a shout out. We're almost at 80,000 followers. So I'll give you a shout out. Let's go. Nothing but love. We out.